Hi, I'm Dylan St. Bernard. I'm 25 and a Co-Generate Impact Fellow. Co-Generate's vision is to bridge generational divides. For the last several months, I've been interviewing 25 teens about what they do and do not want from older allies. Let's jump into it.
What do you think an adult can do to be there and be supportive of teenagers?
I'm a part of the Student Mental Health Alliance at my school, and we're currently pushing for some mental health policies. And sometimes, like, a frustration that I experience is when we push for certain ideas and administration will probably just say, oh yes, that's a great idea, but then never really do anything to follow through with that idea. And then that's when the adults come in and they help us push it even further so that the administration can help us implement it into reality.
So Petra, tell me about the organization that you're volunteering with.
I volunteer at the Pasadena Senior Center, and I work helping with tech support.
Have you made any friends?
Either people like learning about my life, or a lot of people like to tell their stories about when they were in high school.
That's how they relate to you, because
Yeah.
they were high school students.
Yeah.
The first time I really kind of knew you when you came to volunteer for the organization Olive Community Services.
Yeah, I came and I volunteered at Olive and I loved it and I realized that's what I want to do. So then I created my club, Golden Connections, at my high school, and we do intergenerational activities with seniors and teens.
Remember when you started in intergenerational again, man?
I think 2022. This is my third season.
This is my fourth now. This band in particular, it's intergenerational in a way so that I get to interact with folks younger than me.
But I think something that does come naturally to intergenerational relationships is learning and telling stories. And even though you're not maybe of the age of telling stories from the good old days when you were a lot younger, I think it's still just good to hear about other people's experiences and what they did when they were my age. I think of the jazz setting and the music setting is very intimidating and very scary. And I know it can be, but being in such a supportive, community-oriented, intergenerational band just really showed me that it's not so scary. And adults are just like you in 20 years or 40 years or whatever. There's not really any crazy difference except maybe they pay taxes and you don't, they have a job and you don't.
So how do you like working with seniors?
I love it. It's so fun. They love to treat us with respect. They don't always treat us like we're their grandchildren. They'd like to treat us on the same level and speak to us like we're just people with ideas and passions. And I really appreciate that. And it makes me feel like I want to be involved in the conversation.
In my intergenerational big band, sometimes with the teenagers, they're more shy, but if I reach out to them and I express an interest in them, then they respond. What do you think that older adults can do in terms of setting the tone when you have interactions with them that would put teenagers at ease, make them more comfortable and willing to share some of themselves with the older person?
Sometimes just taking time to listen, because when we have such different views, even just talking about it and finding something to connect on is really important.
I do have other friends who are involved in these kinds of things, like youth civic engagement, but they do often comment about how they're the only youth in the room. And ultimately, that could be a little unhealthy, considering the fact that we're not really being considered as somebody else who's equal to adults. I think it's very important that adults take in youth perspectives, because the society that we're living in is vastly different. Approach the situation you would approach an adult, because teens are not very much different. And the teens also have a variety of fresh new perspectives to bring.
As a very young child, I did not like being treated like I didn't matter. So it was always important to me as my kids and my stepkids were growing up to understand their perspective and to not invalidate their feelings about things.
Nowadays, teens are with the teens and the seniors are with the seniors and everyone's with their own generation. But I think the most powerful thing is when we combine. We're not from a different planet, we're just a different generation.